I hear this all the time from Republicans. I hear it all the time from conservatives that like, oh, they're just going after Trump. They're what? He does a lot of illegal things. He's kind of a criminal. So that's what happens when you're a criminal. Is the Department of Justice is going to go after you for your crimes. All right, y'all. I got some crazy news for you, and it actually has nothing to do with the presidential election. So, New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted by the federal government. So, this is it's kind of a big deal. Like I said, I'll go through the details, what we know so far. I just found out about that this morning. Before we get into it, please go ahead and like the video. It helps get it out to more people. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel, trying to hit 500 subs before the election in November. All right, let's get into it. So this one's from Fox News, actually. It says New York City Council members call for Eric Adams' immediate resignation after federal indictment. Call him, quote, unfit to lead. So what you're going to find out here in this is actually that progressives and the conservatives actually agree on something. They both want him to resign as the mayor. So growing number of elected officials have called for embattled Mayor Eric Adams to resign in the face of federal criminal charges, saying he's unfit to serve and lead. The indictment unsealed Thursday. Federal prosecutors charged Adams with 5 counts of bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy, and solicitation of illegal foreign campaign donations. The news followed a series of federal probes into the mayor and several of his top aides. So I have a couple of notes that I got. It's not from this article, but it's from another one. So he apparently took like illegal campaign contributions from Turkish officials. And this was so that he would fast track a Turkish building, like the Turkish consulate, without it getting like approved by the New York Fire Department. It wasn't properly inspected. And then the other part of this is that like he used his power and influence as well as the New York City matching funds in order to fund this project. So that's part of why he's being charged. So bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy, and then 2 counts of soliciting foreign nationals for money. It continues. So since the first of the scandals came out, the mayor has been determined to, quote, stay focused, no distractions, and grind, claiming that everything he does is for the people of this city. But no one can be focused on the constant stream of distractions, scandals, resignations, subpoenas, FBI raids, and now damning indictments dating back a decade, the New York City Progressive Caucus wrote in a statement. The Progressive Caucus, which includes 18 members, wrote that Adams' tenure included an alarming level of political favoritism akin to system of patronage and cronyism we have not seen in almost a century. This is a crisis of his own making, a reflection of poor decision-making, failed leadership, and disregard for the rule of law that he expounds. It added, no amount of scapegoating can distract from the serious and thorough nature of the federal investigation. Mayor Adams must resign. So the thing that they're talking about with the rule of law that he expounds, apparently Mayor Adams is a big law and order guy too. So he actually, funny enough, kind of shares a couple of character traits with Donald Trump, even though their politics are pretty far apart. Like Adams is a Democrat, Trump's a Republican, obviously. But yeah, they both, immediately, I'm innocent, whatever. And apparently Trump wished him well, wished him luck. He didn't want anything bad to happen to him. Now, I guess the obvious thing that we should all say is that like he's innocent until proven guilty, but they don't open up they don't do a federal indictment into people unless they've got the goods on you. So yeah, I mean, like, he's innocent until proven guilty, and the Democrats are, like people like Chuck Schumer is basically saying like, we'll let the process play out, so they're not like jumping to his defense. But yeah, it's Biden's DOJ that's going to investigate him on this. Eric Adams also not super popular in New York City. He's got pretty low poll numbers. So I think that might be another reason why he's getting so many calls to resign, is that like he's not very popular anyway. He's supposed to be arraigned tomorrow before noon. I guess that's where he's going to be formally, like, you know, told what he's being charged with and read his rights. And then he'll presumably plead not guilty. So, like I said, we'll follow that, see what's going on with it. But it is funny because, the one thing that this made me think of that kind of made me laugh is that, like, everybody says that, like, Biden weaponized the DOJ to go after Trump, but, like, they've investigated and gone after Democrats as well. Like Bob Menendez, famously, Democratic senator, who is like cartoonishly corrupt. Like they found him with like gold bars in his jacket pockets from the Egyptian government. Just absurdly corrupt. And also famously, they went after Hunter Biden as well, and Joe Biden didn't do anything to like step in and try and like pardon his son or stop anything from happening. So, like I said, I wanted to cover that for a couple reasons. One, it's not, you know, the presidential election, and two, just to kind of highlight the point that like, you know, I hear this all the time from Republicans. I hear it all the time from conservatives that like, oh, they're just going after Trump. He does a lot of illegal things. He's kind of a criminal. So that's what happens when you're a criminal, is the Department of Justice is going to go after you for your crimes. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think if you like me covering stuff like this that's a little bit different than just covering the presidential race. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope everybody has a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.